Hello, everybody. My name is Jim Mulligan. I am the tutorial coordinator in the Learning Center here at Reedley College. The Learning Center is where students can come to study and work with tutors or get connected with tutors in many subjects on campus. Most subjects except English or math. Remember that we have a reading writing center and a math center. Both on campus where you can connect with tutors from those subjects. But if you're taking a chemistry class or a history class or a biology class or other subjects besides math and English, the Learning Center is where you want to come. Okay, we want to talk a little bit about starting your first semester at Reedley College, or giving you a refresher about connecting to Canvas and the other tools that are available to you as a student, so you can make a great start with all of your classes. So let's talk about the first thing you need to do when you want to get to anything is go to the Reedley College website. So I'm going to share my screen right now and actually show you how you can do this. And I hope that this is useful to you. Of course, the Reedley College website address is reedleycollege.edu. And once you get there, you'll notice that up here, there's a button called My Portal. That's where you want to go to get into just about everything that you want to do. When you go to the little sign-in tab here, you click that. And of course, my sign-in credentials appear automatically for me. So I'm going to sign in, and my portal looks almost identical to your portal as an employee. I have a lot more apps that I use, but you'll notice that right here under your favorite apps, you'll see Web Advisor. Mine says staff Outlook email. Yours would say student email. I have a Starfish app, and then I have a bunch of other things also that aren't too important. Here's my Canvas. There's my Canvas there also. So as a student, you probably have at least Web Advisor here. You have your student email here, and you might have Starfish, and you definitely should have Canvas. This is where you're going to connect to all of these apps and what they can do for you. So I really want to emphasize that using your student email is so important. All of your notifications are going to go to your student email. If you're an employee on campus, we're going to communicate with you through your student email. You need to check your email on a regular basis. Depending on how tech savvy you are, you could even forward this email to another email address that you have, and that way you're only checking one address. Or what I do is I set up all of my email accounts on my phone. So I have a work email, I have a personal email. I used to have another email that I used for another volunteer situation that I was doing. So at one time I had 3 emails accounts on my phone, and it was nice because it kept everything separate. That's the way I like to do it. But the important thing is get into your email on a daily basis and make sure you're keeping up with things. Delete the stuff that you don't need. You're going to get a lot of stuff that is just a notice or doesn't apply to you. I understand that can be a little bit frustrating. Delete those emails, get rid of them. Keep the ones you need to look at, and then look at those emails, read them, make sure you take care of them. Just a little tip, I actually use my email kind of as a to-do list, and I try to every morning start at the top and get through the emails, and if there's something I need to do for each email, I get it done, and then I delete it, and it's gone. And if there's things that are more priority, I do those first, and things that aren't such a priority, I'll leave till the next day, and then in the morning again, I start at the top and try to whittle away at it. So that's just something that I do. Email can get very overwhelming, but check your email. So here we are again, back at our portal. And I told you that there's a lot of tools available to students. And below your apps here, I want to scroll down and show you that all students have access to the full Microsoft Office 365 suite. What does that mean? That means that you have 100% access, full use of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and a cloud. Maybe many of you are familiar with Google Drive, and you may have used that in high school. The Microsoft OneDrive is exactly like a Google Drive, but by the Microsoft Corporation. Because you have access to this, you have full access to everything, you have full access to Word and all of these other programs, and you have a OneDrive, I would highly suggest that you use this for all of your work. Even if you're used to using Google, Microsoft Word, the full version, is, in my opinion, a little bit better than using the Google products. So I say you have access to it. It's free to you. Use them and use your Google Drive. It also connects extremely easily to Canvas. So when you want to upload documents and work on your assignments, it's already interconnected as a student. Everything's connected. So I suggest that you use it. You can access Microsoft Word directly, but I would always suggest to come to your portal, click here. I'm going to show you when I click on Word, for example, it's going to take me to an online version of Microsoft Word. But if you've used Microsoft Word, I'm telling you, this is exactly the full version. It gives you all the power. On the left here, you'll see that you also have access to all of the other programs in the suite, in addition to your OneDrive cloud. So I'm going to click on my OneDrive cloud just to show you what it looks like. I probably have a lot of junk in here. It needs to be organized, but you'll see that it's organized just like a folder system. I gave these folders names myself, and I try to put things in the folders. I would suggest that you create folders. Let's do create folder. Right here it says new. If I was a student, I would be creating folders. Click on folder that had the name of my class. And that way, when I complete an assignment, I save that assignment in that class folder. I hit create, and boom, it shows up right here. I can then click on that, and it'll take me to that folder. Of course, I just created it, so there's nothing in the folder. But I can actually drag files right from, if I did something on a computer, let's say in the tutorial center, in the learning center, and I saved it on the computer, I would definitely want to drag it from the computer into my OneDrive. That way I have access to it at any computer, literally anywhere in the world. So very powerful, useful tool. I want to suggest that you use the Microsoft Office suite and use your OneDrive to save all of your documents. It's going to save you a lot of time and frustration trying to find things or using a flash drive. Use it when you need to, but try to keep everything organized here in your OneDrive. Okay, I'm back. Let's talk a little bit about Canvas. So Canvas is an LMS, a learning management system. And it's what Reedley College uses. All of our instructors use Canvas to present information, to organize their courses, to assign work and tests and quizzes to students. It's really a neat resource because back in my day, don't ask me how long ago, but back in my day, I took notes in class. I had a syllabus on paper. And then besides that, I had to pay attention and make sure that I knew what was going on in class 1000% of the time or get lost. With Canvas, I can always go back and I can see what the teacher has done already. And I can see what the teacher is probably going to do in the future. And all of my assignments are there. Now, some teachers do use Canvas to a greater degree than others. Some teachers will have an extremely intricate, full Canvas site where they've They've put all of the details of the course and have many assignments. Some teachers use Canvas just as kind of an outline and a guide and don't get too detailed with it. But at any rate, Canvas, you need to get familiar with Canvas. You need to make Canvas your friend. So let's start here at the portal. Again, of course, we start every time at the portal, and we're going to click on the Canvas app. By the way, let me mention now, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but Canvas has a fantastic phone app, a mobile app, and you can do a lot on your phone when it comes to checking things and replying to messages, or just checking to see what you need to do next. It's a fantastic mobile phone app, but we'll talk about the app a little bit later. So this is Canvas, and as you'll notice, the first thing that pops up is your dashboard when you open Canvas. And on the right, I want to point out that there is a navigation bar that takes you to all the major important places to go in Canvas. But it takes you to dashboard first, because dashboard is what shows you your courses. And you'll see that right here in the middle, these are all of my courses. Now, I'm not a student, I'm an employee. So my courses are not classes, but they're actually other things that I've created to work with students, or their committees that I'm on. But I do have one course that I asked a teacher to enroll me in as a student, and that is COM 1, Mrs. Peters' COM 1 course. I asked her to enroll me in this course as a student, so then I could show you an example of an instructor that uses Canvas in the detailed manner that I was talking about. She really has a lot of details in her Canvas shell. She has assignments, she has reading, she has videos. So it's a good example of what some instructors do at a very detailed level. So you'll see all of your courses here: English, COM, math, history, whatever you're taking. And when you click on one of these courses, it should take you to that course's homepage. You'll notice that another navigation bar shows up here next to the main navigation bar for Canvas. This navigation bar is specifically for the course. So you'll notice right now, home is highlighted. We are on the home page. And the title up here, COM 1, with the section number and the semester, is up here. And then Miss Peters has done a good job of displaying a picture of herself, so you know what she looks like, the title of her course, and she happens to have an introduction video of herself. So you could, if you were in this course, you would watch that video. I want to point out that she actually has this set up before the first day of the semester, so students can go in and do this before the first day of the semester. And then at the bottom, she has a big button that says Start Here. But we're going to come back to that in a few minutes. I just want to also point out other things in the navigation bar. We are not going to talk about all of these things in this video, but I do want to highlight a couple important ones that we will talk about in more detail. Announcements is a great place to go to find out if the instructor has made any announcements or important messages to the whole class. Let's click on announcements and see if Miss Peters has made any announcements. Yes, she has. Looks like on August 9th, she sent out an announcement about the first day being tomorrow. So she's reminding you to get to class. And then she posted a welcome message. So you can always go back and see these announcements. If you miss something, you can go back and read them as many times as you want. I'm going to go back to home because I like to go back to home if I'm not sure exactly where I am in the page or in the course. It's always nice to go back to home because then I can reorient myself. The next thing I want to show you is modules. Modules, if an instructor uses them, in my opinion, is the best place to go to see what assignments you have to do and see what should be done next. And see how the instructor has organized the course. And let me click on modules and show you what I mean. So you can think of modules as sections or chapters. This instructor, Ms. Peters, organizes her modules in uh, um, in sections. Each module is going to talk about a certain topic, and there's going to be some information that she gives. There might be a video that she has you watch. She might have you go to a website, and then she might have, no, she will have some assignments for that module. So and I think she does it by week also. Some teachers will have modules weekly, but it's more common to have them organize them by subject or by topic. So her first topic is welcome. And I want to point out that once your first module is complete, you can go up here and minimize the whole module. That way, the next module is close to the top and you can get to it easier. So just by clicking on this, you can reopen the module and see it, or you can close the module. So her next module is student resources. So she's just put some resources for students that she wants to see. And actually, these first two modules haven't even gotten into the meat of her course yet, you'll notice. And then module 1, she labels module 1, Introduction to Communication. You'll see that she says read, and then she has some things to read here. And each one of these files in the module is something else to read or to do. Some teachers have you read a lot. Some teachers have you watch videos. It's entirely up to the teacher. The teacher has a lot of flexibility in how they create their course in Canvas. I'm going to go back. And I'm just trying to orient you to things. Here she has a watch. And let's see what this looks like. She's put together this looks like a PowerPoint. So she's put together this PowerPoint, and she, here you can go through the PowerPoint. And sometimes the teachers will put PowerPoints or videos that they use in class if they're meeting with you face-to-face or via Zoom. So sometimes they're just putting them in Canvas as a reference for you. So after class, you can go back and use it as a study tool. Sometimes they will ask you to do things before class. So you should do your reading or look at the material before class. Several options. You just have to pay attention to what the teacher is asking you to do in the instructions for each module. So I'm going to go back again. And I think that's a pretty good overview of modules. I just want to mention a couple other things. A lot of teachers use discussions, and they will ask you to make a discussion post. Something very common is many teachers say, hey, make a discussion post before the first week of the semester is over and introduce yourself, and they'll give you some more instructions. So the next one I want to show you is grades. Let's go to grades. And you'll notice that there's a list of assignments, the name of the assignment, the due date, the status, and the score. And remember, I told you, I asked Ms. Peters to enter me as a student just so I could show you what this looked like. And so what do my grades look like? Pretty bad, because I haven't done any of the assignments so far. This one's missing, and I don't have scores for these. But you're always going to have a good idea about what your grade is, because if the teacher keeps up on things, they will input your assignments here, or Canvas will do it automatically sometimes, and your score will be right here, and you'll know what your grade is. Of course, my grade is a 0. I'm doing poorly in this course so far. Let's go back. So you do have access to Google Drive, and you have access to your Office 365 suite directly from her course. I will mention that instructors have the ability to make buttons like these in the navigation bar of their course available or not. Some instructors will add more or take more off. This is probably pretty average. The last thing I probably want to show you, I think we've seen all of them. Yeah, I think we're good. I think the very important one, the important ones are know where your home button is, know about announcements, definitely know about modules, because that's where the meat of your course is, and then know how to check your grades so you can see if you're missing anything or you need to catch up on anything. But I want to go back to home and show you something that Miss Peters does in her Canvas shell is make it extremely easy to navigate in a straight line. What I mean by a straight line is your navigation bar can take you anywhere in the course. You can jump back and forth to grades or announcements or modules. And that's fantastic for knowing how to get someplace that you know you want to get. But sometimes in the beginning of the course, the first week of the course, you might not be sure where to go. Mrs. Peters has organized her Canvas shell that it'll take you in a straight line to begin with. So after you've watched her introduction video, you can click start here, and it will take you to the exact spot that she wants to go next in her course. So where did it take you? It took you to modules, and it took you to the welcome module, because after you see her homepage and watch her welcome video, this is what she wants you to do next. In fact, if you click on the very first assignment or file in the first module here in the welcome module, you'll see that she has some more information, and she gives another welcome and talks a little bit about herself again in writing. She has a couple more videos that she'd like you to watch. Here she's introducing herself a little bit more, and she's introducing the system that she's going to use for her Zoom videos. And when you get done reading all of this, you'll notice that right here on the bottom right-hand corner is a next button. So again, she set this up to take you on a linear path through her course. So if you click the next button, it's going to take you to the next thing that she wants you to see, which is her syllabus, with all that pertinent information and important objectives and policies. We're going to skip through that quickly because you'll read that on your own in the course you're in. And then here at the bottom, you'll notice a next button and a previous button. So these next and previous buttons really allow you to go directly in a straight line through the course exactly how the instructor would like you to do it. Remember, you always have the option of going back home. You have the option of going to any of the other places in Canvas, but I really like it when an instructor has set up this linear path through their course so you know exactly what the next thing to do is. So the next thing I'd like to do is show you how to complete some assignments, some common assignments in Canvas. I'm going to show you how to do a quick discussion post, and then I'm going to show you how to upload a document, which is something that a lot of teachers ask you to do on some assignments. So let me go back to sharing my screen. And let's get back to Canvas. Here we go. So here we are in another Canvas course, and this is actually a course that I created just to do some practicing and show you some examples. And I've already gone to modules, and here on module 1, you can see that there are actually three assignments, but 2 assignments that I have to actually do something. The first one is a little bit of reading here. But after that, I have an assignment called a discussion post. And then after that, I am asking the student to upload a document or a paper that they write. So I'm going to walk you through both of those assignments. So when you want to complete your discussion post, you're going to click on the assignment. And this is what a discussion post looks like. And usually there is some instructions here. And so the instructions for this discussion post are, in at least 3 sentences, but not more than 10 sentences, tell us something about your philosophy of life. So you need to formulate an answer. You need to write it down on paper or start typing it. But when you actually go to submit your post, it's super easy. All you have to hit is reply. And there may be other posts already posted when you hit reply, but you're going to come down here and hit reply. And then a text box pops up and you can do your typing right here. My philosophy of life, ... And I complete the assignment by typing at least 3 sentences. And I finish saying what I'm going to say. I'm not going to type all of that for you right now, but you get the gist of it. After you're finished typing your discussion post, you're going to move down to the bottom and hit post reply. Boom. There it is. Right now, I'm the test student instead of my name because this is a test Canvas shell. But this would be my name and my picture would be here and there would be my discussion post. Everybody in the class is going to be able to see your posts and you're going to see everybody else's posts. One of the most common reasons for using a discussion post assignment like this is to allow students to voice their opinion and see the opinions of other students. And many teachers use this type of assignment a lot. Really easy to do a discussion post. Now, since I'm done with that, I'm going to go back to modules. And I'm going to go down to that first module again, that discussion post we just did, it's complete. I'm going to show you the next assignment, which involves uploading a document, which is very common. And the assignment name is History Report. And the due date is here, the number of points. How you're supposed to submit is upload a file. So here are the instructions. And as always, it's super important to read all of the instructions. The instructions say, choose a topic in history that affects your philosophy of life. Write a 3-page paper outlining how and why the historical topic of your choice affects your philosophy. Create your paper in MS Word. Now, I've done that fairly simply for you for this example. Just tried to give you something to think about. Where are you going to go next? If you said start assignment, that's not exactly correct because the instructions say create your paper in MS Word. Some teachers will allow you to do a direct text box submission, but the vast majority of teachers are going to ask you to create a document in Word and then upload that file. So if you remember from earlier, I showed you how to access your Microsoft Office suite. The first thing you should do in this case, open up Microsoft Word, type your paper, get it saved in your OneDrive, and then you're ready to hit Start Assignment. And it's going to bring up several options from which you can upload. The default is to start at File Upload, and that is if you have it saved on your computer, and that's what I'm going to show you today. But you also have the option of uploading it from any of these other places, including your Office 365 OneDrive. But if you scroll down here and you click on Upload File, and then choose File, it opens up your computer and you go to where you've saved it. And I've saved it here in my English folder. I called it History Philosophy Assignment. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to hit Open. And then it's going to put it right here and ready to upload. If you are sure that you are ready to upload your assignment, be sure that you're ready to do it. Take some time to make sure you've done everything correctly. Some instructors will allow you to submit an assignment just one time. Others may allow you to submit it multiple times in case you make a mistake, but just be careful. Make sure you're ready for it to go to the instructor. And when you are, you hit submit assignment, and it'll think about it, and boom, wow, it even gives you confetti to let you know that you are done. In this case, I have allowed multiple uploads for this assignment, and so it says new attempt. So if for some reason you found a mistake, or you found that you added the wrong uploaded the wrong file, you can come back here and do it again. But like I said, some instructors will not enable that, so just make sure you're doing it right as much as possible the first time. Okay, so I just want to mention one last thing before the video concludes here. I want to mention about the Canvas app that you can get for your phone. I want to encourage you to get the app on your phone. It is a very good app, and I want you to use it. But I want to also warn you that the app is not quite as powerful as accessing Canvas on a computer. You can do many of the things that you can do on a computer on your phone. You can even upload files, and in some cases it might even be easier to upload something from your phone, like if you were going to upload a screenshot of something, or you took a screenshot from your phone. You can do that, but what it is going to be difficult to do is upload Word documents and other computer files. So use the app, download and use the app as much as possible. Use it for those things that that it's good for, like reading an assignment. If you're riding in a car someplace, there you have access to Canvas right on your phone. You could read your assignments and be done with it. Use your time wisely. But just beware that some things are best done on the computer, and the app is fantastic, but use each one as it was meant to be used and get the most out of all of it. As always, if you have any questions about Canvas or navigating your course, you can come into the Learning Center and talk to a tutor or talk to me, and I will be happy to give you some assistance. But I hope this video has given you a pretty good introduction to all the resources that are available to you as a student as it relates to your courses. Have a great semester.